What's up, guys? Episode 47. Welcome to Watching for the Plus. Subscribe for more content coming your way. So we have a show here called Hooligan that I am reviewing, and it will be a quite short review because this content itself is very Gintama-esque to say the least. Now imagine a world, right, where everything's gone to utter chaos and you need to collect 7 mysterious magical items to restore said chaos, and if anyone else gets those 7 magical items, they can continue perpetuating said chaos and plunge even into further damnation. No, I did not describe the plot to Dragon Ball Z. I described the plot to Hooligan, and those 7 magical items aren't Dragon Balls, they're sexual objects. So the reason I say this is Gintama-esque is because the main character Yukito is such a goofball jokester that never takes anything seriously. He's essentially the Kuma version of Goku. Instead of being virtuous, wanting to help people fight or wanting to be a fighter, he just wants to coon 24/7. So when confronted with a real life scenario where he has to save 2 girls from being violated, he does that and then continues to violate them because he deserves a reward in his eyes. Now, what is the whole plot of this show, right? As I mentioned before, it's just trying to collect the 7 balls to restore peace in the world. Now, the real question is, how did the world plunge into chaos in the first place? Well, flash to our main character Yukito in the past, the goofy Gintama guy, who faked a stomach ache to visit his school nurse named Olga. Now, Olga is a part-time chemist or something, I don't know what, because she's working on some mysterious nuclear compound chemicals while she's being a nurse for some reason. Very odd. Maybe she's an alchemist, who knows? And while she's doing that, Yukito pulls a Trill Sammy and says, I didn't come over here for nothing, bitch, I am doing something. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. And while he was trying to proceed to do that, Olga's like, hey bro, please, I need to focus on my task. If I don't, and then before she gets to say why she needs to do the task uninterrupted, Yukito proceeds to conceive, if you get my drift. And while he was doing that, whoopsie daisy, the world blows up and everything is utter shit. She just basically made the world enter a nuclear fallout on accident because she couldn't do her magical anarchist bomb at her home, right? It's quite insane. Now we flash to present, where Yukito saved 2 girls being violated by the holy dragon that would save the world. And once he saved them, he decided to do that himself. And after that, he is on the hunt for more. And while on the hunt, magically, his boss here, this white dog named Isso, which is very similar to Magical Magica's white dog thingy-mabobber, who forces the children of that story to fight monsters because they want to be magical girls. It's a very good show despite how atrocious it is. And what this white dog ISO does is like, you know what? Instead of making you collect everything around the world, because I do want to get this shit done right now, he puts all of the Dragon Ball collectors into one specific plane, one desolate universe. Looks like the moon setting here. And he says, hey, guys, fight each other to the death and winner takes all. And they go at it. And the fights include as much hilarity and Kuma particles as you can just imagine, right? Because these aren't really fights, they're more like, you know, fights, you know what I mean? And he beats 2 of the villains that violated the girls that he violated afterwards. And at this point, he has 3 or 4 of them, right? And then Hiromi, the girl who came up and told Yukito that, hey, what you just did to those girls in the shrine that you just saved them, Yuki and Yuka, yeah, that's bad, is now turning on him. So she's making the serial violator become a good person because she's turning on him from collecting the Dragon Balls to want to restore peace into the world. Like, how do you, this is like basically like Trapped in the Closet where R. Kelly's a good guy, right? How do you make R. Kelly the good guy? How are you so bad that you make R. Kelly the good guy? The one who's clearly, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And at this point, Yukito's like, well, you have a Dragon Ball and I need it to restore peace to the world because that's what my boss over here told me. So if you're not going to give it to me, I'm going to have to give it to you. Quotation there. And he proceeds to do that. And obviously he wins because, you know, he's main character Kuma, who has infinite stamina. And at this point, he has all but 1 or 2. And who has the last 1 or 2 is a shrouded figure who told Hiromi that if she gathers all 7 and brings it to the shrouded figure herself, she'll be able to go home and get off this planet. Now, the shrouded figure, kind of find out, is Olga. And it makes sense because what other nurse would have a nuclear fucking bomb in her school? Transports them to the Dragon Ball Z arena. They fight it out. And of course, Yukito goes Super Saiyan like 2 or whatever and makes Olga submit, and he wins. And at the end of it all, Isao takes all the Dragon Balls and just dips. And that's the end of the series. Now, there are a couple of comical points, right? They break the fourth wall constantly. Like, it's almost like every other punchline they break in the fourth wall. It's like that one Ed, Edd and Eddy episode where Ed ate their son and turned into the moon, and then he ripped out Jimmy's outline and then he melted into a sewer grate. Like, they're breaking the fourth wall and they're making it kind of cool how they do it, because it's not like too on the nose. They're like, hey, guy watching this, are you coming right now? It's not that. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. It's more like this shit right here. Like, they're giving an option to the person that's fighting Yukito. Like, A, scream at him. B, become a cat. Maybe my sense of humor is irony poison to shit, but I like this type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was a joy to watch. I didn't actually struggle going through watching this like I did Jitaku Kaisen 2, because watching certain shows to review is painful and it takes quite a bit of time to get to the end of it because of how just atrocious it is and how much they pack into said atrocity to make it as atrocious as possible, which almost defeats the point. Because if you want to make something egregious and awful and bad, you're gonna have to try to broad stroke it. If you try to like analyze and particulate every single detail, of course you can make anything scary that way. I can make wearing headphones terrifying if you give me 3 hours to do so, right? But if you're able to do so in like the shortest amount of words possible, then you're not only is your mission accomplished, but you get your message out faster and it's easier to spread. That's what I believe that Hooligan did, right? While the show and concept itself was basically a parody of Dragon Ball Z / Naruto with a clone jutsu, then gangbanging the opponent, it is comical and fast enough that you would forget the 40 references that just dropped there to go on the next one that has 45 references. You know what I mean? It's very fast paced and je ne sais quoi. Did I use that word right? Who knows? But yeah, that's that. And my next review is gonna be on Bubble Black only to get the views. Obviously, I want the fucking views, obviously. And that's a Hooligan review. All right, guys, I don't have an outro, but if I did, it wouldn't matter because don't make fun of the video. Good night.